At number 3, we have a pretty surprising one. Otis Thorpe. That's right, the power forward for the Rockets. He was pretty talented down in the low block with Hakeem, and he could throw it home decently, but to put him at number 3 seems insane to me. Fun fact, the next season he would be traded up to Portland, which would bring Clyde Drexler back to Houston with his old college roommate from Houston, Hakeem Olajuwon, and the Rockets would go on to win the championship with that duo, thanks to Thorpe being traded. At number 4 in the dunk rank, we have Hakeem Olajuwon. He was known as one of the best centers of all time. To this day, I still think that he is one of the best all-time players, regardless of position. 2 world championships. He was an MVP. He squared off with Robinson in some of the most memorable playoff matchups. He also went off on Shaq when they won their second championship in 94-95. Certainly a force in the paint. Not as much of a powerhouse dunker as someone like Shaq, but could certainly throw it down. So seeing him as number 4, I feel like that's a little high. I think he's more like a 9 or 10, maybe even down to the 15, but that's just because I think of him as being so versatile. Hook shots, had decent range even for a center. He was capable of even hitting a three-pointer every now and then. So yeah, Hakeem Olajuwon at number 4. At number 5, it's the Rain Man, Shawn Kemp of the Seattle Sonics. Boy, those were some fun years watching him over in Seattle. Didn't get to see him that much living in Florida because, Sonics were out on the West Coast. So we had to see his plays on SportsCenter and NBA Inside stuff. Shawn Kemp, was one of the first come out of high school, skip the whole college process and still go on to be one of the greats. But so with Kemp being up here, I think he should actually be higher. I would put him at number 2 or number 3. I do think in today's game he'd be even better because he was such a good transition player. When it came to shot selection, not as good as a Duncan or a Charles Barkley, but anyone will tell you, one of the best dunkers, not only of the 90s, but of all time.